Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I'm your host, David Streggy, and today I have a review for you of a short film production that comes from Virginia's by the director Myron Smith, and what he puts on every year is a Sweded film festival, which I would have to say goes into the fan film category, um, because these are short films made of well-liked films by fans of these films. And basically what they do is they put on a play that is filmed, because many of the sets are very small budgeted. It's like, put together with paper and paper mache and people who like to put on a stage acting play. And the thing is that there are some people who like to act, and there is a different category for these kind of people who like to get together, have some fun, put on a show, and I think that it shows in the passion that these people have. Now, one of the productions that he did for 2016 was a Swedish version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And we have what I would consider we have what I would consider the leading girl was played by Gabrielle Anastasia Whitlow. And so it was different that Charlie was in fact a girl. Willy Wonka was played by Angus Hobson, and Grandpa Joe was played by Christopher Walker, or actually, he was played by Brett Smith. And I like that the fact that this film still kind of this stage production to film fan films Swede was actually half musical, and kept somewhat true to the story. I mean, you didn't have like the broadcasted when all the other four kids who collected the tickets and all the other drama dealing with the teacher and the Candyman song. You didn't have that, but I liked the fact that there were some songs and some scenes that were shown. Like you had the beginning sign-in form, the scene with the bad egg. I mean, they cut out the part where Grandpa Joe and Charlie ended up being in a room of bubbles with Fizz. But it's a shorter film of put on by a group of people who love the film. So Mike TV was instead Mindy TV. So and that was different. And Veruca Salt was played by Nicole Bridges, which I believe she actually played in the Sweded short film version of Alice in Wonderland, which I'll get to later. So um, I wish that the Oompa Loompas had been in this film just a little bit more, because they were a huge part of Willy Wonka, but there's only so much that you can cover in a short film um, of the film itself. But one thing I want to say about Angus Hobson's portrayal of Willy Wonka, at first I didn't fully think that he was getting into his character, at least when you first started, because he kind of said his lines somewhat half-assed, at least when we first saw him. But then I think he actually kind of grew into the role. I think he got a kick out of actually doing it kind of similar to how Gene Wilder did it. So I think as the film progressed, his acting got better. So to me, that's what counts. And what I want to say is that, as to the rest of the kids, well done on making them look like the characters that that we saw in the film. I mean, Augusta Gluck looked like Augusta Gluck. The mother looked like the mother. But it's kind of hard to show, exactly what happened to some of the kids. So I think that they did the best that they could do at that point in time. Although I wish at the bad egg point you saw a little bit more of a golden goose and whatnot. And the other thing is that at the end of the real film, Charlie gave him back a lasting gobstopper. I think that should have been put into this film, at least that part, and then have Willy Wonka turn around and say, "Charlie, you won," but they didn't do that. They just went straight to that, and I think that's where this film kind of, if they had added that particular part, I would say that they would have a really good Sweded film. But all in all, I think that this wasn't a bad production of the film. I think Angus Hobson kind of made this film possible, and I think it wouldn't have been the film it was without Veruca Salt being so dramatic. Also, so I would have to say Nicole Bridges stands out to me. Charlie doesn't fully stand out to me all that much. The character of Charlie. But I thought that this film was decent. I mean, you had to come up with a fantasy world, and I think my favorite part in this Swede is when they get to the boat part, and he actually does sing that weird boat song, and that's where it made me reminisce about Gene Wilder's character as Willy Wonka. So, in any case, hopefully you have enjoyed my description of this put on stage production of and it was filmed in Virginia by Virginia players. So I would have to say this group had fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed my description of this film. If you're in Virginia, definitely check out the Virginia Swede Festival. It happens every year. And if this sounds like something that you would definitely watch, I'm sure you can find it put on display for some reason. And definitely check it out if you're in the area. If you have seen this film, definitely comment down below and let me know what your thoughts were on it. I don't think a lot of people know about this Swedish festival, so it was definitely entertaining to watch for me. And I think that this is a group of people that really try. In any case, like and subscribe to my page, and thank you for listening.